Guys, we have a lot to talk about, but then I want us to begin with Mohammed Kudus. Yesterday, he performed extremely well, and I can't stop talking about his performance. And a lot of people are still talking about it because his duel with Nuno Mendes, people can't have enough of it. His performance in the game for Tottenham Hotspur is the top of town. It's just rather unfortunate Tottenham Hotspur were not able to beat PSG to win the UEFA Super Cup. But then after the game, Mohammed Kudus had a lot to say about Tottenham's performance in that game and what they have to do next. This is what he said. Let's check it out.
Very disappointing to lose the game in the end. You know, this is a big lesson to stay focused for the whole 90 minutes. You know, but I'm really proud of the team for their work ethic, their energy, because I think we had them for the whole most part of the game. Just the last part that we need to keep the full concentration. But we take this as a lesson. We have a game on the weekend and full focus on that.
So guys, you have heard from Mohammed Kudus. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Mohammed Kudus says this game is a lesson. You need to be focused until 90 minutes, but then they have to focus on the next game. They need to leave this behind, focus on the next game, which is against Burnley in the English Premier League this coming Saturday. That would be Mohammed Kudus' first game for Tottenham Hotspur in the EPL. Be rest assured, Kudus is going to perform very well. He's either going to score a goal or provide an assist in that game on Saturday. And you know how we do. When Mohammed Kudus plays football, you need to come here and check out the reaction and also analysis, because I'm going to give it to you hot. Now, let's move on to the next update that has to do with Mohammed Kudus. Former player and also former coach of Tottenham Hotspur, Glenn Hoddle, had this to say about Mohammed Kudus on TNT Sports. Let's check this out.
Kudus last season, only Jeremy Doku was ahead of him, and that, I mean, Spurs did try in their formation last season, but their success rate wasn't very good. But Mohammed Kudus could be someone who could change that.
Oh no, he's got such good talent, such quick feet, and you see his qualities there. The added ingredient for him as a player is the consistency. A lot of my West Ham fans, I've got quite a lot, have said to me, thank you for taking him, Glenn. So I don't know about that. First year I thought he was excellent. The second year they're telling me he didn't do so well. But he looks like he's got a lot of potential, I've got to say. Sometimes dribblers, I look at dribblers, but I like what they do, and you would know this, Karen, as a dribbler, as a player yourself. I look at, can they dribble and play with their head up? That is the key for me. Even Ronaldo, when he was at Man United, had a problem. He had his head down, he would be dribbling, and Van Nistelrooy used to give up. He used to get annoyed because he didn't know when the cross was coming in. And I think this is what I look at dribblers and I think, yeah, they're fantastic, great to go by people like we've just seen there. Can you also play with his head up? And that's the next progression for me, for him.
So guys, you have heard from Glenn. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. All I can say is Kudus is a very fantastic player. Tottenham has a very good player. They have to do this for me, the coach. The owner of Tottenham Hotspur, you have to do this. Tottenham needs players. You need squad depth, because you are going to compete in the EPL, in the UEFA Champions League, the FA Cup, the Carabo. You need players. You need squad depth. But at the end of the day, the trophy is your reward for what you have done throughout the season. So the coach needs to, send the list of players he wants the owner to sign. I mean, Levy needs to sign players for Tottenham Hotspur. And I think that would be a bit of a solution to Tottenham Hotspur's players and their problems currently. But then, this is where I'm going to leave it. Let's move away from that and talk about Jordan Ayew. Now, I have never seen Jordan Ayew miss the penalty in my life before. So, at a point, I felt like he was a penalty god. Because a player who plays penalty continuously throughout his career and has never missed before is wild. Messi, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, they have all missed penalty before. But it takes some special skill and technique not to miss penalty in your career. But yesterday is the first time I felt like, no, Jordan Ayew was a human being. No, Jordan Ayew is actually not a penalty god, but a human being, because for the first time in my life, I have seen Jordan Ayew missed a penalty. Now, Leicester City played in the Carabo Cup against Huddersfield. That game, Leicester City were comfortable, they were winning, and they allowed Huddersfield come into the game and equalize all the goals that they scored. The game went to penalties, and Jordan Ayew was part of those who missed their penalties. But then listen to this. Jordan Ayew did not start the game. He came in as a substitute. And Jordan Ayew is already having a fine form with Leicester City from pre-season, even in the first game they played in the championship. And let me tell you this again. a lot of people are saying, oh, Jordan Ayew, the Leicester City, when they got promoted to the EPL in the 2023-2024 season, they discarded all other competition only to focus on the championship, and that is what they are trying to do again. They don't care about the Carabo Cup. They don't care about they just want to get promoted to the EPL, and that will be where their focus would be. I mean, they just want to play the championship, be part of the top two, so that they save themselves from these playoffs and things. Just try and qualify or get promoted to the EPL. That is what Leicester City wants as at this point. So after the Carabo Cup, they're exited. They're out. They're not even interested in it. So that is the honest truth. Jordan, Ayew missing a penalty? It's not a big deal, but for me, it's like it makes me know that okay, he's a human. He's not like a penalty god. Like he's so perfect when it comes to penalty taking and everything. But guys, that is the latest update concerning Jordan Ayew missing the penalty. Abdul Salis Shahaku did not play in that game. He did not feature in that game. He was not even part of the squad. But then let's talk about Abdul Salis Shahaku. In my previous video, when I talked about him, I told you guys that there was a club in the English Premier League who was interested in signing Abdul Salis Shahaku. Now that club is Everton. Now, Everton has approached Leicester City concerning Abdul Salis Shahaku. Talks went on positively, but then something happened in the middle, and now Salis Shahaku to Everton is off. Now, this is coming from Rob Doskett, and he says that Everton is currently unwilling to meet Leicester City's demand for Abdul Salis Shahaku. The two clubs are very divided on valuation, and Everton is now considering other options. Guys, this is what happened in the meeting. The two clubs feel like there is difference in valuation. There's a huge gap in valuation for the player. Because Leicester City, they value Abdul Salis Shahaku. But then, no. Everton is not seeing things like that. I mean, he came into the EPL, they did not see anything about him. I mean, they only saw him playing the championship and did very well in his first season with Leicester City. Even that one, he was on loan. So they are expecting that the valuation would be almost where they want it. But then Leicester City is not seeing like that. Leicester City seeing him as a very huge potential, a huge player for them. And guys, this is where things stand with Abdul Salis Shahaku and his move to Everton. Currently, it is off. Everton are looking at other options at things stand. And this is coming from Rob Doskett. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comment. Do you think this is all good for Abdul Salis Shahaku staying with Leicester City playing in the championship? Do you think it's all good for the player? Let me know your answers down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Shanto boye-hlorkah.
It's in the City Ground today. How excited are you to be playing your football here this season?
I'm excited. It looks amazing. Like the surface, everywhere's red, so I'm excited to start playing in red. Yeah, and just seeing the faces in the crowd and putting smiles on faces as well. I'm excited for it.
We all know this lady and what she's all about. Look, when the Black Queens played in the Women's African Cup of Nations, she was one player that impressed me the most. Her performance, her aura, the way she plays. You don't even know this player used to play for England's junior national team. You don't even know. She switched nationality to play for Ghana and did an extremely good job where they won bronze. They were third place in the Women's African Cup of Nations tournament. Now, fast forward, what we hear, latest update, is that she has signed for Nottingham Forest Women for a 2-year contract deal. She has a contract with Nottingham Forest until 2027, which is good news. Now, let me tell you something about Shanto boye-hlorkah. Now, Shanto boye-hlorkah has played teams like Everton. She has also played teams like Aston Villa. And in the 2023-2024 season, she left Aston Villa to join London City Lioness in the WSL2. Yes, WSL2, which is like, let me say, the second division in the women's league. So they topped the league and now they are promoted to the proper league itself. But then boye-hlorkah performed extremely well with London Ladies. Now, she scored 6 goals. And in fact, on the final day before they were crowned winners, she scored a header against Birmingham City. She's an important player for London City Lioness. But now, she has left the club as a free agent and I signed a 3-year deal with Nottingham Forest. And the jersey looks good on her. She's very, very beautiful. Beauty with talent, and I'm happy for her. I'm happy with what she's getting. I mean, big ups to her. I like the fact that our ladies are playing good teams. Normally, you hear them playing in Israel. You'll be surprised where our ladies play. But it's good to see that at least a few of them are playing very good teams, because some of these ladies, they play in Tanzania, Libya, Ivory Coast. You see them playing in as far as Israel. They shouldn't go to a place that they are doing bombing and things, because at this point, Ghana and Kasa, we don't value women football. So most of these ladies, they leave the shores of Ghana to go somewhere else so that at least they can get better pay. Because most of them, if I'm not lying, most of them are breadwinners of their family. So I kind of understand their situation. But then, guys, this is the latest update concerning Shanto boy Hawkler. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. And lastly, let's talk about this player. And I want to talk about Abdul Salis. In my previous video, I stated that the player was attracting interest from teams in the Turkish league. I talked about it in my previous video. Now, the latest update I'm having concerning the player is that OGC Nice in the French league are almost done with his transfer, and the player is set to sign a 3-year deal with OGC Nice, Salis Abdul Samed. Now, Salis Abdul Samed, as I said, the main reason for his move away from Arsenal is because currently he's not part of the coach's plan. Because last season he played loan at Sunderland. Even at Sunderland, he was not viewed as a key player because Sunderland have been promoted to the EPL, but then they decided not to exercise the purchase option. Now, this player wants to get more playing time because of the World Cup. This player wants to get more playing time because he feels like he's still young, 25 years of age. This is where he should be at his peak. And it's good that OGC Nice is giving him that lifeline. I think it is good for OGC Nice. Now, OGC Nice also played in the UCL qualifiers against Benfica, where they lost. So they're trying to bolster their squad. They need squad depth going into next season, especially in the French Ligue 1. But then it is good for Salis Abdul Samed. OGC Nice is not a bad team at all. They're trying to sign Ransford the work at this Dofa. It did not work. We just hope that with Salis Abdul Samed, there are no issues. Everything goes on smoothly. The player is going to sign a 3-year contract if everything goes as planned. But then, guys, this is the latest update concerning Salis Abdul Samed. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. So, guys, this is where I'm going to end it. We have a lot to talk about. I'm going to make sure to bring it to you in our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. I'll see you in the next one. Charlie, we go bye.